Challenge 2 is now to come. It's the Victoria Sandwich Challenge.
Now, what we're looking for here is a perfect technical rendering of an exquisite classic. I'm going to need your top 3 in order. Whose was the best one?
This one.
Please.
Edd.
Congratulations.
Well done, Edd.
God.
He was the very first winner of the hit show, The Great British Bake Off, and now 10 years and several cookbooks later, he's out with his latest book, all about chocolate. It's called Chocolate Baking, and welcome to the show, Edd Kimber.
Thank you very much. I look
you.
so young in that clip.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
crazy.
stop. You still look so young. Congratulations
Thank
on
you
the
very
new
much.
cookbook. Why did you want to do one just on chocolate?
I think chocolate is one of the best ingredients. People love it, but I also think it's a slightly misunderstood ingredient. I think people often think of chocolate recipes as just like a dark chocolate cake or a brownie or a cookie, but actually the world of chocolate is so vast and so broad, and I think it's a baker's best friend in the kitchen. So
Ooh,
it's
where's
just
the
delicious.
best place to source it, too?
Well, I think, do you know what, we're really lucky in a lot of different countries that, especially in the US, there's loads of amazing chocolate makers around the country. And so for me, I really like to go to a smaller local manufacturer because you can get some incredible chocolate. But wherever you go in this country, there's some really good makers, which is great.
Yum, and we're making something from the cookbook, right? What are we making?
This is a caramelized white chocolate Basque cheesecake. So Basque cheesecake is great because it's incredibly easy. No stress, no fuss. You don't have to worry about it cracking, no water baths. So all we're going to do is we're going to start by making a ganache, which is just a mixture of cream and chocolate. In this case, using caramelized white chocolate, which is a really rich version. So we're going to add it in 3 additions. If you want to add about 1/3 of the cream into this chocolate.
About 1/3, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to let you down.
No,
you
don't
are
worry.
a winner here. Tell me when.
That's fine, and then we just stir that together. It may look like it's splitting after the first mix, that's absolutely fine. But once it's combined, you can then add in the next third. So if you want to pour that in.
Yes. And do you feel like white chocolate is a little like understated or not used
I
as
think
much
it's,
as
yeah,
it should
massively.
be?
I think there's a lot of people that like to say it's not real chocolate, and then there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that think it's not very interesting, but actually, white chocolate to me has a delicious creaminess, sweetness, but it can also be a great functional ingredient if you want to add the rest in there.
rest.
But also, when you roast white chocolate, you get this delicious mixture, which tastes so caramelized and like almost like brown butter. So this is the base of the cheesecake. So it's a really delicious white chocolate ganache that's so tasty on its own. But then the mixture for the cheesecake is cream cheese, really, really straightforward. And we're going to beat that with some light brown sugar
Okay.
and a little bit of salt.
And things in baking are usually pretty precise. So do you have any advice for bakers at home? Follow the recipe.
Well, I do have an advice for American bakers. and
Okay.
it's buy a scale.
Okay, fair enough.
Baking by weight is so much easier than doing it by cups. The book has cups in there if you really need to do it that way, but for me it's always easier to do it with a scale.
Okay.
Because everything's more accurate, it's more repeatable, and you end up with something that will be the same every time.
Absolutely.
So all we're going to do is mix this cream cheese with the sugar just until everything's combined, and then we add the eggs one at a time. But the really nice thing about a Basque cheesecake is with a normal cheesecake you have to put it in a water bath. You want to make sure it doesn't split. You've got to be really careful and delicate. With a Basque cheesecake, you mix it all together, you throw it in the oven, and you forget about it. No water bath. Doesn't matter if it splits a little bit. It's absolutely fine.
You can't mess it up.
Do you want to
really.
add the eggs one at a time?
Okay, so 4 eggs total,
4
right?
eggs, yeah.
And you said you can put them all in, but
You can if
doing
you
it
want,
one
but
at a time is.
It just ensures everything's a bit more evenly mixed if you have them one at a time.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
So that gets mixed through.
And then one more if you're ready for it.
There we go.
Perfect.
And then, also you don't have to worry about over mixing this. It can take quite a lot of mixing, so don't worry too much.
How do you come up with all these recipes?
Well, do you know what? A lot of it is through travel. So I'm in the US on my book tour, and I'll be here for about 3 weeks. And whilst I'm here, I'll go to bakeries all around the country, and I'll end up coming back with a whole bunch of inspiration. And so travel is often the main way that I get inspired.
Oh my gosh, okay.
That is the base of it. So all we then do is take our ganache. This is one that's cooled slightly. Add that to our mixture. And if you don't think this looks delicious already...
No, I think it does.
then-
I kind of just want to grab a spoon, I'm not going to lie. This is really screaming to me. I have a real sweet tooth. So then you mix that too.
This just gets mixed through, really, really straightforward. And then you do need a little bit of flour to stabilize the mix. So we just add this very small amount of just all-purpose flour.
Okay.
Mix that through. And if you're gluten-free and you can't have flour, you could just use cornstarch instead. That will also work. Just mix it through. And then you have
that.
the
And then
finished batter.
do you pour that in?
You do. You just literally mixed. What?
It's fun to have a little mess in the kitchen, I think, right?
You've got to have a bit of mess. It's cooking, it's homemade.
It is.
So once you're sure everything is combined, you just take a tin. And again, this is super rustic. You don't have to line it neatly. Just press that parchment in there.
Pour and go.
Pour the batter in.
And then what do you have cooking here?
So that is just to serve. So that's our cherry syrup. And because it's served with slightly boozy cherries. So we've got some cherries that I've cooked down to reduce their liquid, and then we add a splash of amaretto.
Ooh.
Cook that down until it's nice and syrupy, and then we can add that to our finished dish. So
oh my goodness.
Let's add a little bit of cream for you.
Thank you so much.
Me,
yeah, one for you, one for me.
Exactly. And then we
Okay.
add a little bit of our syrup.
And then while you're doing that, tell everyone too about your time on the show. And congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
First winner.
It was funny. It's so long ago now. It was 16 years ago. So it feels like a complete lifetime ago. But the thing that the show did for me, which was amazing, was it helped me realize what type of baking I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be a pastry chef, but actually writing cookbooks has become my absolute passion, so I'm thrilled that I get to do that as a living now.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing.
It's tasty, right?
So tasty. I can't believe how
easy.
quick that was.
Yeah, really, really easy.
Did you avoid a soggy bottom? And were Paul handshakes a thing?
No, they weren't a thing when we did it.
Really?
The show was slightly different when we did it. There wasn't the same naming conventions for the challenges. There was no prize winner at the end of each episode. I would have won a few of them.
I bet you would have.
And I did win overall, so that's all that matters in the end.
Exactly. You're the big winner. What are some of your other favorite, most popular recipes in here? I don't know how anything could be better than this. I'm going to keep eating.
This one I love because it's a really easygoing, like great for dinner party, great for having friends over because it's really low stress. There's a recipe in there actually inspired by American lemon bars, which I sometimes find a bit too sweet. So these are made with passion fruit, and then they're served with like a cocoa crumb on the bottom, which tastes a little bit like Oreos. And then it's served with a whipped milk chocolate ganache on top, and they're heavenly.
Oh my gosh. Well, it doesn't maybe mean as much to you, but thank you so much.
Thank you so
You'll
much.
take it. I so appreciate it. That was amazing. So fun.